Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote: I am not what happens to me, I am what I choose to become. If I were to ask you to describe the kind of person you are, I wonder what you would say. Often, when we answer a question like that, we end up talking about what we do. And yet, what we do is very different than what we are. So, how would you describe the kind of person you are? And then I wonder what you would say about how you became that kind of person. The kind of person we are is one of the most important things in our life. We often think about how we became the kind of person we are, and we come up with these kinds of words. Well, the environment, my family, the experiences I went through, the opportunities I had. And as important as these may be, the kind of person we become is about choice, not about what happens to us. This may sound like some kind of a radical idea, especially in our current culture, but it is really a liberating truth. I meet many people who are allowing themselves to be defined by the accidents and the incidents of life. They discuss their situation as if they had no control over anything that they've been through. They're victims of life events, and they're quick to give excuses for not getting things done, for not being different, for reacting poorly. And it's never their fault, but it's always about something that happened to them. Or they'll identify themselves as, I'm bitter because, and it's about something that happened, or I'm depressed because these things are going on, or I'm stuck because. Now, granted, there are some medical reasons for real depression, but we're not talking about those. Those are different. The reality is, these people have made some choices. And we can quickly look around and see people who have gone through identical situations who aren't bitter, who aren't depressed, who aren't stuck. And so we know it's about a choice. We have a choice. And in fact, we choose all the time. Even when we're not aware of it, we're making choices. We are what we have chosen. We are where we are in life because of choices that we're making. We're shaped by things that happen to us based on how we choose to interpret what happened and what we do with what's happening. One of the most refreshing realities and liberating truths is the kind of person we become is about choice, and we have what it takes to make the necessary choices. I know this may sound overwhelming and feel overwhelming to think that all that you are is about a choice. But if you piece it together and you look at the key components of this approach to life, it's doable. It's doable. I think it starts with accepting responsibility for the kind of person you want to be. Accept the responsibility for the kind of person that you want to be. This is about character. It is about what you are on the inside. We make these kinds of choices that I will be a dependable person. I will be responsible. I will be honest with myself and with others. I'll be kind. I'll be a person who strives to be the best at what I do. I will be considerate of others. These kinds of character traits are based on choices that we make. But it's also about when we accept the responsibility for the kind of person we want to be, It is also about the behavior that we practice. This is external, what we do. How will we behave? How will we act and react to what happens in life? Will I lie? Will I cheat? Will I be honest? Will I be a gracious person? Will I think of others and not only of myself? Things like this, choices we make about how we act. So accept responsibility for the kind of person you want to be. And we decide this, the earlier we decided, the better, but the point is to make a decision. From this day on, the kind of person I'm going to be is up to me. I think a second thing to keep in mind is to be open to help from others, but don't expect it. I think it's always nice to have help, to receive assistance in some way. I've had opportunities along the way where I'm trying to do something and someone comes along and just gives assistance in some way. And it's like, wow, thanks. And that's the response you want. Thank you. It's a gift, not a right. I am here to take responsibility for my life. It's on me. So if I receive assistance in some way, it's a gift. Thank you. We don't want to expect it because then you're going to experience a lot of disappointment. So don't expect it. Expect to make your own way in life. Don't expect somebody to lower the bar for you. Don't expect someone or some group to hand you things. This can, if we're not careful, create weakness. And we don't want that. So just be open to help it, but don't expect it. I know it's different. I think the third thing to keep in mind is to choose a growth mindset. This is the attitude that is, I will grow through everything I go through. I will grow through everything I go through. I know it sounds cliche and tricky little phrase, but it's really true. And it really makes a difference in how you approach life and how you approach what happens through your life. I will grow through what I go through. And when situations come along, you look at them and you realize this can break me or make me, and it's my choice. I choose to learn what I can to make me a better person. I know it's hard. I think it's totally hard. It's hard for me. I've gone through some tough things in life, and you look at that and you just think, I can't handle this. I can't do it. The last straw. But you can. It's just how you look at it. We've all gone through hard things in life. If you've been on this planet very long, you've gone through some hard stuff. And in fact, everybody you see, everybody you lock eyes with has been through something hard, or they're currently going through something hard. No one is immune from hardship. No one. We've all gone through tough things, like we've been hurt. We've been taken advantage of or betrayed. Maybe you've had some bad experiences as a child that were from your parents. Maybe they intentionally did bad things to hurt you, or maybe they just did the best they could and it ended up not working out. Maybe you were attacked or robbed, or maybe you were abused in some severe way. Maybe you've gone through a series of events and now you've lost everything and you have to start over. We get passed over for a promotion that we totally deserve. And it's just, what happened? Maybe you're struggling in your marriage and it's been a great marriage and now it's just like hard, like you're missing each other and something's not working. Maybe you've experienced racial or gender or age discrimination, and maybe you were at a point where you never thought that really happened, and then you realized one day when it happened to you that, boy, this stuff does happen. Maybe you've been canceled because you expressed an idea or belief that just wasn't that popular in your circle. We suffer from illness. We suffer from mental problems, emotional problems. I want you to understand that I am not saying that these kinds of experiences aren't hard. I'm not saying they're not painful. I'm not saying that they're not demanding. They hurt us deeply. And I'm not saying that perhaps you've been treated very unfairly and it's not right. Yet, I'm thinking the real point is, in spite of what happened, you choose to grow through what you're going through. Admit how you feel, admit the pain, admit the hurt, flush out that bitterness. Don't let that stuff stay inside you and poison everything you do. Deal with it. That's a major key to growth and emotional health. It's just to deal with the painful experiences that you've been through. But don't blame that stuff. Just remember, you have chosen to learn how to keep going and how to keep becoming the best person possible. This is a choice I want to grow through, what I go through. Sometimes in life, something happens that stops you from being able to do something you're very passionate about. Maybe it's a sport. Many athletes have experienced accidents on the field or in their sport that have stopped them from being able to play that sport. Maybe music. Many musicians have had tragedy in their life, loss of hearing, loss of an ability to do what they did, art, careers, whatever it might be. You're not able to do that anymore. However, when you make this commitment to grow through what you go through, you know, after a while, you've made enough of these kinds of choices that you can choose to recover. You can choose to keep moving forward. You begin to discover that there's more to you than just what you do. Grow through what you go through. Building the kind of person you are needs to be a priority because it opens the door to becoming a quality person in life, a person of strength, a person of character, a person who is able to grow through what they go through. I love this quote. I am not what happens to me. I am what I choose to become. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I hope this was encouraging. That was the goal, just to get back to this hard point in life of making some tough choices that are liberating and helpful. So if this has helped you in some way, I hope you'll click like and feel free to share it with somebody that you think it might be helpful to. And subscribe if you're into that kind of thing. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to listen. I'm always encouraged to see that somebody is listening. So thank you very much. And until next time, I hope you have a great week.